All right, guys, prepare yourself for a spoiler alert, and that is that I absolutely love this Segway Navimow robotic lawnmower. Feast your eyes on that. Now, there's a good reason why I like this lawnmower, and that is it mows your yard for you. So if you're like everyone else that I talked to about this robot mower, you've got some questions. So why don't I hit the most common questions I've gotten right off the top with you. The first one is, does it really work? And that's a good question because I had the same question. When I opened the box, I was like, there's no way this is gonna happen. But I can assure you, my lawn has been mowed for the last week by this Segway Navimow, and it looks awesome. Question number 2, and that is, how long does it take the Segway Navimow to mow your lawn? The answer is simply, I don't know. And it doesn't matter. This thing can mow during the day. It can mow at night. It's so quiet. It won't bother anyone. So in the end of the day, it doesn't matter how long it takes. Question trace relates to question 2, but I'll kind of keep them separate. And that is, how much lawn can the Segway Navimow mow? Now, there's 3 different models, and basically the models are sized based on the batteries they put in them, from small to large. Question number 4. Is this robotic lawnmower safe? The answer is absolutely, emphatically, yes. We know that robots always come in peace, right? I'm just kidding around, guys. This robotic mower has a ton of technology baked into it. It will protect your family, your pets, and your prized flower bed. So drum roll, we've reached the last question, number 5. Here it is. How hard is it to set up this robotic mower? The answer is simple. If you've ever been a Mario brother, you shouldn't have any problem setting this thing up. It should take about 30 minutes. The other good news is there's no perimeter wires you have to install. You don't have to put in any physical barriers. You just do this little thing on your phone and you're good to go. Question number bonus is, does this thing really work? Sounds like question 1, but it's worth repeating. And the answer is like, yeah, I don't get it either, but my lawn looks great. That's all I can say. So if you want to learn more about this mower and you can't watch the rest of this video, which I say you should do, but if you can't, there'll be a link right down below that will send you to a place where you'll get more information. So hang in there, but if you can't, you're impatient, link right down below. So now that we've covered some of the most common questions about the Segway Navimow, I want to give you an overview of this mower. First off, this has been for sale in Europe for about a year now. Now, during that year, they figured out a lot of things, like this thing is ready for your lawn. Secondly, they're going to release it to the United States and Canada now. And with that, they've actually added some technology. The technology I'm talking about is visionfence, which is this camera right up here. So basically that camera takes information from the environment, interprets it, and lets the mower navigate and avoid obstacles using AI on your yard. This is pretty cool stuff, guys. So in addition to the visionfence, this bad boy has a bunch of other technology. I'm talking about satellite, 4G, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and a bunch of other sensors. All that information is collected and allows this mower to navigate your yard within inches of where it's supposed to be. That's the key. This thing knows where it's supposed to be on your property as it mows, so you get a perfect cut every time. Come on, people! So truthfully, if this Segway Navimow wasn't good at locating itself on your lawn, we wouldn't be moving on. The reason why is, if it can't locate itself, it's just worthless. The good thing is, this thing does an almost flawless job at keeping itself in its right position. It's amazing. So let's move on to the list. Now on this list, we have efficient routing. What that means is this Segway Navimow actually mows itself in perfect rows, just like a human would. Now, if it mows a second time, it will mow an opposite direction, so you have a perfect looking lawn all the time. Secondly, it will return itself to the dock to charge itself just by itself. If it knows it's low on power, it comes home. Very cool. Now, it is almost waterproof. They call it IPX6, I think. I'm calling it almost waterproof, so if it rains, it won't be a problem. You can leave it outside. Now, you can also customize the app in the Navimow app, which means you can change the perimeters. If there's an area where you don't want it to mow, you can do that. Also, you can make connections to different mowing areas in there. Very cool. Now, it can handle yards with slopes up to 24 degrees. I haven't tested that, but I can see based on those tires, this thing shouldn't have any problem climbing small hills. You can also adjust the blade height on this from 1.2 inches to 2.4 inches. And lastly, it's ridiculously quiet. Like mowing at night, not an issue. Quiet. So let me show you what a typical setup outside looks like for your Segway Navimow. First off, you have to install your satellite transceiver right here. This sits on a pole. This pole's included and has a piece that installs in the ground. Now, you should locate this away from your home or away from other obstacles like trees. You might have to play with it so you get a good signal. When you get a good signal, this will light up green right here. Now, this connects to the docking station down here. You can see the docking station's green, which means it's ready to go. When I pulled out the mower, it turned blue. Let's redock that. You can see it turns green. So you get an indicator here on the docking station as well over here on the Navimow. This changes colors. Green means it's ready to mow. If it's red, it has some errors. If it's blue, it has some errors. You'll learn those error codes. Now, in addition to this, on the mower, there's a emergency stop button. This is huge right here. Also has 3 buttons down here. This is a mow button, this is a home button, and this is an OK button. So essentially, if you want to operate the mower with just the buttons there right there, most of the time though, you're going to be using the app to run this mower. So now for the fun stuff. We're actually going to use the Navimow app right now to set up a virtual boundary using the mower. And when we're done with that, we're going to let it do its thing. It's going to go and do some mowing. So once the mower's backed out of the docking station, it's time to start mapping. Now there's one thing I want to point out. There's an arrow on the back of the mower, and this arrow indicates the side of the mower that needs to face to the outside of the area you're mapping. Let me show you how that works. So let's hit starting point right there, start mapping. Okay, there's little joysticks right here. And use those joysticks to control the location of the mower. Here's left, right, here's forward, back. So let's go forward now, right along that edge. Oh. Let me walk along with it. Okay, now let's go a little bit more forward. Now let's turn left here. Okay, you can see on the map there what it's drawing. Let's go forward a little bit, a little to the left. Forward, 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 forward. Liking that. Let's go left here. Okay, a little more left. Forward now. A little right. It's easier to walk behind it. You can see that arrow is always facing to the outside. Now what's cool about this is you're going to see that it will close the area. Basically, if I drive over to this blue dot right, sorry, the circle over here, it will finish off the area. So let's do that. Let's turn around. Looking pretty good here. Whoop, overdid it. Let's go back a little bit. How about right there? Take me home, Wally, take me home. Right when I get to the location or in the area, it will say done, and we'll complete the area, the zone that it's going to mow. Okay, so just show the mower there. You can see it's going to run itself around the perimeter of the area I just drew. It's kind of looking around. It's using that vision fence. Look out, here it comes. It's using that vision fence to detect obstacles. We're an obstacle, move out of the way obstacle. You can see it backing up. That's really cool. It's really reacting to the area right now and building that map. Look, I'll stand in front of it and it sees that as a no-go. So it's going to run itself around the area that we mapped out and just get a sense of how it needs to operate. All right, guys, here's your money shot. This lawn has been mowed multiple times by the Segway Navimow. If you want to see those lines, they're right there. That's the most recent cut. it just looks good. It's amazing how tight it looks considering this was done by a robot. So all of this is like boggling my mind. This Segway Navimow is amazing. It's working today. It's not the future, it's today. I remember when I was a young kid mowing my lawn, I dreamt of something like this. So if you want to get your hands on one of these bad boys, there'll be a link right down below. That will take you to Indiegogo, where they're crowdfunding for these right now. It's basically discounted. There's 3 different models. So depending on what size yard you have, you can select the right model. So there's all this talk about AI, and now it's in our backyard. So I want to hear from you. Let me know what you think about that in the comments down below. Also, make sure you like this video, subscribe to my channel, and make sure you check out all the other good content. It's just as juicy. I am sending you messages. You want to go to that video right there and watch forever. Don't stop. Keep watching.